We are summoning the demon. You know all those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, he's sure he can control the demon.
Unexpected occurrences have led to the release of startling information on CERN and its enigmatic Large Hadron Collider, which is both the scientific emblem of God and the means by which the cosmos has been formed. Although this was written off as a web of conspiracy and debate, recent information from CERN authorities raises the possibility that some of these allegations are genuine. In fact, a number of the alarming aspects caught the public off guard, and many demanded that the new endeavor be discontinued. Why is there a problem with the Large Hadron Collider? What is ahead for our planet as a whole, and for this monumental scientific endeavor? Come along as scientists from CERN claim to have unlocked a doorway to a parallel realm. The Large Hadron Collider is unique among scientific equipment and developments, either in terms of its aim or category. The pride and happiness of modern scientists comes from this heritage, which is the largest and most potent particle collider in the world. Nestled beneath the French-Swiss border in the verdant setting of Geneva, this impressive location is the gateway to discovering the vast and fascinating subatomic realm. The construction of giant science merry-go-round, which is 100 meters above the Earth, took 10 years and involved the cooperation of hundreds of scientists and specialists from all over the world. The world's first Large Hadron Collider was created as a result of Einstein and Faraday's commitment and sacrifice. The collider smashes atomic particles in a controlled setting with the sole goal of studying quantum particles instantaneously. The scientific community was able to create collisions with energy of up to 3.5 teraelectronvolts per line in 2010 thanks to the Large Hadron Collider, LHC. The voltage is around 6.5 teraelectronvolts each beep, according to the most recent data from the LHC. While this may seem like a little figure to the general public, it is startling to the ordinary physicist. To put it more precisely, moving at the speed of light requires 6.5 teraelectronvolts of energy. The LHC material will blow up if an energy block of some kind is present. The explosions produced by collisions at the Large Hadron Collider produce an incredible shower of large particles that is unobtainable from any other accelerator. With the exception of a few detectors at the Large Hadron Collider, it is currently difficult to follow these particles as they are going in all directions. Every year, the LHC's experiments generate almost 15 petabytes of raw data. You may appreciate the magnitude of the material CERN must sort through each time the LHC fires by keeping in mind that 1 petabyte is equivalent to 1,000 terabytes. While a great deal of public worry and discontent has been directed at the LHC experiments, CERN has made it abundantly evident that this research is both necessary and vital. Impact patterns and collisions at the Large Hadron Collider, as well as in the invisible subatomic realm, happen on a daily basis, according to CERN. Since this is being done in a controlled atmosphere, there should be no danger if the scenario is repeated. As you are aware, scientists have long harbored the desire to strike things at speeds approaching the speed of light. A portion of the kinetic energy of a collision between two protons can be transformed into mass. Furthermore, new elements may be made into something new by combining them with their counterparts. The possibilities are unlimited since these new particles can merge with already existing particles by crashing protons to form new ones. Closing the door on the enormous potential for scientific discovery would be equivalent to shutting down the Large Hadron Collider. When you consider the uncertainties surrounding the current standard model of particle physics, you can see why CERN chose to start operating the Large Hadron Collider. Unbeknownst to many, the Large Hadron Collider is capable of much more than just pushing things into odd positions. In reality, scientists may investigate the predictions of several particle physics theories thanks to this special study tool. Additionally, strong ion beams can be produced by the Large Hadron Collider to explore hitherto unexplored regions of particle physics. CERN researchers are highly intrigued about this discovery because of its enormous potential. The enthusiasm culminated in 2017 when the Large Hadron Collider produced an unexpected discovery that humiliated the sub-collider's detractors and sent shockwaves across the scientific world. The Higgs boson has been discovered. See, in 2017, the boson particle, or Higgs boson, was finally found by the Large Hadron Collider, fulfilling a long-held hypothesis in particle physics. Higgs particle or God particle are two of the numerous names for this particle. Still, it is a crucial component in the paradigm of particle physics. Scientists claim that bosons are the essential building blocks of the Higgs field, which imparts mass to all other fundamental particles, including quarks and electrons. The scientific world has long argued whether or not such a thing exists. Boson particles have not been detected in reality, hence the majority of the knowledge regarding them is theoretical in nature. You can only imagine how happy CERN scientists were to finally announce that boson particles had been found at the Large Hadron Collider. We credit the European Organization for Nuclear Research's, CERN, ATLAS and CNS experiments for this significant finding. Along with many additional observations and direct decay of a double Z boson, scientists have found strong evidence for the existence of the Higgs boson particle. Nevertheless, there is not much time to thoroughly examine the Higgs particle because of its fast degeneracy. Even if the Higgs theory and the boson particle's existence have been verified, there is still a great deal we don't know about the uncertainty. Consequently, CERN remains dissatisfied with this explosion. Actually, the organization is attempting to descend into mystery like a rabbit hole and finally solve all of the riddle's hidden facts. Currently, CERN physicists are searching for methods to quantify the characteristics of the Higgs boson and particles associated with it. This desire will come true thanks to upgrades like the high luminosity upgrade, which the LHC just revealed, making the facility a more potent device. Here, brightness is a straightforward measure of accelerator particle activity that is correlated with the quantity of collisions that take place over time. By converting the LHC to a high luminosity LHC, more data will be produced to observe uncommon phenomena and greater collisions will be possible. Perhaps this time, researchers will uncover more enigmatic boson particles like fermions, hadrons, and gluons. Similar to how atoms and molecules are bound together by the electromagnetic force. Hadrons are subatomic composite particles composed of quarks held together by the strong force. Mesons and baryons are the two categories of hadrons. Mesons are made up of one quark and one antiquark, whereas baryons are made up of 3 quarks. This categorization is based on the quantity of quarks present. A type of basic particles known as fermions adheres to Fermi-Dirac statistics. Quarks, neutrinos, and electrons are also among these particles. While all of these fascinating facets of particle physics will be thoroughly explored, the primary focus will be on the idea of the Higgs boson outside of the context of particle physics standard model. Predicts the existence of 5 distinct Higgs boson kinds. The majority of objects created by LHC experiments are transient, which is a major challenge that CERN specialists are currently working to overcome despite the LHC's unrealized potential. A fraction of a second is all that certain particles have before they collapse into smaller ones. Interestingly, even when all particle detectors are located in one location, some particles remain undetected. This is a drawback when studying some subjects since it is impossible to examine them for brief periods of time in their stable condition. Researchers are currently considering ways to maintain these objects in a stable condition and further their scientific endeavors. The fundamental motivation behind the discussions about constructing more particle accelerators beyond the Large Hadron Collider is likewise this enigmatic state of affairs. CERN will be able to examine the subatomic realm with greater accuracy than previously thanks to its new high luminosity LHC. However, There was a lot of disagreement and public alarm as word spread of a larger, more complicated tragedy. Tales about the LHC's impending demise continue to spread throughout the globe, and many individuals are still advocating for its closure. Since the announcement of the Large Hadron Collider by CERN many years ago, there have been several fears among the scientific community. Many are concerned that the collider's billions of subatomic collisions would surprise them. It can be risky for many scientists to smash numerous particles apart at the speed of light, particularly when you have no control over what will be created in the collision. Certain specialists maintain that natural subatomic collisions vary entirely from artificial collisions at CERN and are part of a distinct process. Nevertheless, other experts suggested that something sinister and enigmatic, something perilous and dangerous, might be at play despite the surprise. Many academics have expressed concern about this unsettling notion, which holds that CERN may be able to establish a link to another place. If you enjoy science fiction, you are probably aware of the numerous ideas that contend that there are numerous parallel universes with subtle differences and similarities that exist alongside our own. According to the hypothesis, there will be an endless number of universes, each with a unique population of stars, galaxies, and even sentient species. The inflation hypothesis, which was developed after the Big Bang, when the cosmos quickly expanded and grew greater than it had been previously, lends more credence to this concept. According to certain theories, inflation will stop in this planet, but will still produce other ones. Many people hold this hypothesis to be true, despite its disagreement in the scientific world. This is especially true in light of several horrible occurrences that have occurred recently, such as the Mandela effect. The phenomenon known as the Mandela effect occurs when several people mistakenly recall the same object or event. Over the years, several amazing examples depicting this phenomena have been documented, and new ones appear each. The fact that this event is taking place globally is what makes it so amazing. This begs a few questions, including what triggers the Mandela effect? What impact does it have on people globally? The Mandela effect began shortly after CERN constructed the Large Hadron Collider in 2008, which is one of its ironic aspects. Reported by Fiona Broome, a woman. Though he got out of prison, ran for president, and passed away in 2013, he thought Nelson Mandela had died in prison in 1980. That had the same recollection perplexed him. He started to feel lightheaded when more research indicated he wasn't insane. However, the question of why or what makes this odd remains unanswered. That is, until some hoaxers began pointing the finger to CERN. These ideas hold that the 2008 construction of the Large Hadron Collider at CERN disrupted the structure of the cosmos and restored equilibrium. The hypothesis further clarifies that the erroneous recollections that people experiencing the Mandela effect claim to have are memories of our previous reality. While this may come as a surprise, several informed individuals have stated a comparable reality. Professor of Science Max Laughlin is one of the most ardent supporters of this idea. Laughlin recounted some of the miracles that people have thought about CERN since she, at the age of 13, said that CERN erupted into our world and brought us into balance. Machines that take the world by surprise. Laughlin won over hundreds of people to his way of thinking through his followers. Furthermore, scientist Stephen Hawking cautioned throughout his life that tampering with God's word might ultimately result in the destruction of our planet. Because of all of this, a lot of common people and science enthusiasts worldwide are wondering if CERN erred when it destroyed our planet in the pursuit of finding particles and exploring the quantum realm. A few prominent conspirators even charged the group with purposefully leaving the door open in secret. Some claim that these portals serve as entrances to other realms as well as interdimensional portals inside our own. There is conjecture as to who or what enters our world through these portals, from ghosts to aliens to fairy tales. Many people are curious in CERN's Large Hadron Collider and the amazing concept of opening a doorway to weird, unknown dimensions. In an effort to find a more effective approach to move the company forward, CERN is now illuminating the next generation of scientific findings while continuing to offer these new discoveries to the public and media. However, because the public and certain elites were preoccupied with gloomy issues, the organization was unable to take any action. An increasing number of individuals draw attention to CERN and its unexplained disaster each year, which sparks debate and events for them. For instance, there have been rumors that the 2016 earthquake in Italy was caused by the Large Hadron Collider. There is a rumor that a high voltage was sent into an Italian laboratory 250 miles distant by the Large Hadron Collider. He continued by saying that CERN purposefully raised this blood pressure in order to open a doorway to another realm. The fact that this assertion originated from a reliable source rather than some random person with a social media account contributed to its rapid dissemination of information. Although CERN refuted the accusations right away, the public's interest persisted. Locals soon started talking about the enigmatic storms and weather that passed over the LHC during its enigmatic functioning. Images of this storm have already circulated widely on the internet, leading many to conclude that CERN had unlocked a strange door. But as CERN conducted scientific tests, one of the most bizarre and unsettling incidents of that year put the organization in grave danger. There was a potential murder mystery just in front of the movie theater. In the 1-minute clip, a woman can be seen in the center of a group of males wearing hoodies and dressed in black who are standing in front of the Narrage monument inside the CERN building. Following a brief exchange of sluggish and peculiar motions, the woman was pushed to the ground and fatally stabbed. After the unsettling photos went viral on the internet, people quickly began criticizing CERN and posing questions. But according to the media, official organizations and spy services like the European Organization for Scientific Research, CERN, this was a fake and inexpensive performance put on by certain persons. However, the crowd thought quite differently. In fact, there are hints throughout the movie that point to this horrifying incident as a CERN theater production. The fact that the black perpetrators of this heinous crime wore it around their necks first revealed that they were actual laborers. The movie's lack of actual location shooting is another issue. Up until the woman was stabbed, the man filming the scene hid in a tall building nearby and said nothing. The man turned over in fright at this point, gasping in shock. This man went somewhere nobody expected to go and encountered something terrifying and unexpected. It's a common opinion among Ninas that the pictures shot lack context. This happened at night, in complete darkness, and with no background noise. Furthermore, CERN facilities are more than simply a public performance space. Therefore, who would have the audacity to hold such a demonstration within a government establishment? What's more, why was the murderer able to get into CERN? By labeling it a fraud, on the other hand, the organization is being religious and obviously trying to hide its tracks. However, the message being transmitted at this time is not odd. Many people speculated that the passenger automobile had crashed following its 2008 introduction, believing it had arrived from the future with the intention of causing harm. In addition, there was a rumor that travelers had harmed the magnet, which led to the experiment's final cancellation. It's a rumor, but you can't help but wonder whether the general concern that the Large Hadron Collider will rupture space-time has materialized already. Astronomers have just discovered fractures in Earth's magnetic, and once more, fingers are crossed at CERN. It is one thing to formulate a hypothesis. It is quite another to prove it. These massive conspiracy ideas and charges cannot hold up in the absence of solid proof. Therefore, CERN cannot assume any blame for any of the difficulties described unless more proof proves any or all of the plots and rumors. There are further proposals to improve and scale up the collider. According to CERN experts, Collisions will strike things 10 times quicker than they do currently between 2029 and 2042. The website will also be modified to improve exploration and learning. This is fascinating, and you can't help but wonder what kinds of discoveries these scientists may uncover. Or, on the other hand, what global catastrophe this could lead to. Time will tell for the time being. We appreciate you seeing this week's Voyager episode. Click on the video to view more thrilling videos like this one while you're here.